guys tonight, and you did it without three monumental players, impactful players on your roster. What does that tell everyone else?
I mean, we play with, first of all, just want congrats to my team, teammates, and coaching staff. We do a great job. We play with great pace, and we share the ball well. I think that was our best game in the season so far. And also in the first half we got some problems with transition defense, but in the second half we pick it up. We do a great job, and I'm really proud of everybody.
What was the difference in that second half? You know that you have to stop them in transition defense, but what changed?
I don't know. Sometimes you come back to the locker room, sit and show video. What did you do in the first half, and all those mistakes you try to fix it, and we do that very well.
Taking on an all-star like Marcus Saul, it seemed like you had your way with him tonight. What was it like to go against him and for you to come out on top in that battle?
I mean, I'm for Mark last 10 years. He's a great player for me. It's like my dream was playing against him. What I can say, but in this league, just best players playing. So every night I got somebody. Tonight was Mark. Tomorrow is Joe and Bill. So I have to be ready every night.
Soft touch on that soft touch on that hook tonight. You feeling comfortable in that area?
I mean, yeah, that's my game. So.
Yeah.
As a shirt is flying in here from Kevin Love, one person that's always talked about when you were out of the rotation with injury that they could feel your presence being missed. What does that tell you, or what does that give you as far as your confidence?
I mean, Kevin Love, and somebody when he says something good about you, that's like huge. He's all-star. He knows what is he doing and what he's talking. For me, playing with him is some great experience. I found chemistry with him, and I helped him. He helped me, so it's great.
Defensively, what part of your game do you feel like you've come furthest, I guess, since you've gotten here?
I mean, some things coming with experience. So I think I improve my defense. I don't know what exactly, but I improve it. So
just into the middle of the paint and just getting.
Yeah, I'm doing everything what the coach wants from me. So. Yeah.
What do you want to see carried over to tomorrow's game? Quick turnaround.
I mean, tomorrow's going to be tough, and also we're playing without a couple players, and we play against Philly away, so it's going to be tough for sure, back to back. It's never easy, but you have to step up.
After the fight there in the end of the third, you guys really took it to them, and they could have used that for motivation. What does that say about you guys that you kind of put your foot on the gas and didn't let them back in the game?
I mean, fights sometimes happen. It's never is good, but that things happen. So we have to live with that. But for sure, that's kind of motivation for us. And I think after that fight, we pick it up and we do a good job.
Your team's ability to respond in the second half, transition defense-wise, but also with what happened in the third quarter, the level of focus you had to finish the game.
Yeah, I think we just continued to stick with what was working. I keep praising our young guys. Young Bull had a good game throughout, but then Jetty, Z was great, but then Jetty, he had a tough few quarters shooting the ball, but he stayed with it and knocked down some big shots for us and was very solid on the defensive end all night. So I was definitely happy for him, but we had a lot of contributors tonight.
It seemed like everybody on the bench was excited that you finally got a full court pass. I mean, Fred said it looked like Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I think I was like 0 for 20 this season, so I was holding up the one because I had one conversion before I got out of this game, or I don't know how many games I've been back, but I've been terrible on my conversion rate. So my QBR is some shit right now. Excuse me.
What did you think of the fight between Ibaka and Marquise?
Well, I saw it at the corner of my eye because I was up. There was 1 second left, and I was like out at the 3-point line trying to get LG's attention, yelling at him because I thought we had 1 second left. We were going to run a play right before the end of the third quarter, and then I saw the commotion going on. And I kind of stepped and saw it, and then it's so it happens so fast. You everybody almost wants to run out there, check what's going on. So it was just at the corner of my eye. I saw it. It was broken up quick, but that's usually how it goes.
With Colin, the play that I think that defined it the most was when he went out in transition after getting that layup and then found you on the wing. Mm-hmm. Is that something you guys have been looking for as far as slowing it down with him being a rookie?
Yeah, I think so. And there was a play where we came back. It might be the one that you're talking about, but he had pushed it up the court. He kind of had him on their heel side, didn't have numbers, backed it out. It was me and Big Z up top. He had passed it to me, hit Z, set the screen for me, and I hit the three. And I definitely commended him for that. That's a big growth area for him because he might have pushed it and tried to force a shot when he got in the paint when guys were converging, but he backed it out, found the next man, Big Z, set a screen, and we were able to get a great shot off of that. So that's just just shows his maturation this year, and he continues to get better, finds the right shots, finds the right passes, and that's what we need out of him, just to keep growing.
What does it say about your team when the Raptors could have used that juice from the fight instead? You guys did.
Yeah, I mean, it was you never want to see that, but I think the fact that we just kept our focus and kept our foot on the gas was key in tonight's win. So we continue to do that, and I kind of looked at our coaching staff and thought, as far as half-court defense, this might have been one of our best games of the season.
You gonna have some bruises from taking all these charges?
We were talking about it this morning. Just a lot of charge opportunities that we've had in the past few games. We had seen it last game where we either weren't taking the charge or we weren't taking fouls. When we had their bigs that weren't great free throw shooters down there. So we wanted to find ways that we could change the game in that way, and we did that.
You teaching the young guys something in that regard?
Yeah, that's why Jetty stepped up at the end and got that charge.
Just curious, just about your third quarter numbers. You're shooting 52% in the third quarter as opposed to the others. What about coming out in the second half gets you going?
More than anything right now, I've really been vocal about us playing the right way. So, I know my shooting numbers are a bit down, but, for me, it's not about, I haven't taken that many shots. I'm just trying to get us to really play the right way, and I think that's been showing. I've been trying to affect the game in a very positive way when I'm out there, and see us hitting the extra shot, see us, if Z's running the lane and I have a wide open three, but he's right there hitting him. Getting downhill, making sure we're making the swing pass, and just, guys playing for each other. We do that a lot in practice when we're making 5, 6, 7 passes, even when it's 5-on-0 dummy offense. So just playing for each other, playing the right way, and it's fun when we play that way. I think the fans respond to that too.
I'm not expecting to play tomorrow, but as far as the young guys go, how do you help them mentally to get ready for the second day of a back-to-back against the playoffs?
Yeah, and a team that's big and can play many different ways, and has major firepower. So I think that's one of the things I had to learn pretty early coming into this league. I had to, for example, play Dirk or Tim Duncan in Texas, and then fly back and play KG in Boston the next night in Minneapolis. So it's definitely a grown man's league, and you got to be ready for anything that comes at you. You got to have success, you got to have some failures, and you got to do it both pretty quickly, because there's always a game the next day or the day after that. So you just got to wrap your mind around that. But I think we'll enjoy it tonight. Get our bodies ready, get our minds ready, and tomorrow's going to be a tough one.
In ESPN Cleveland, Larry, what happened between Marquise and Ibaka in the third, and just what was your reaction of the ejection and everything that happened?
To be perfectly honest, I don't know what happened. I haven't even looked at it yet. I was actually watching the pass, and I knew the ball went out of bounds, and I was trying to get the referee's attention to make sure that we did get it back under our basket. Because nobody had touched it. Next thing I know, I saw that they were entangled. So I've got to go back and take a look at it and just see exactly what happened.
Were you surprised that Marquise was ejected as well?
Well, the referee said that both guys threw punches, and that's automatic ejection. So no, if that was the case, no, I was not surprised. But again, I have to take another look at it.
Spencer Davies, Basketball Insiders. It's funny, we were talking about Colin making decisions the right way in the pregame, and there was a situation where he got a rebound, came down, and then found Kevin Love on the wing. Was that one of those situations where you're looking for that from him? Absolutely.
And I really thought tonight was probably as complete of a game as I've seen Colin play in regards to scoring and getting us into an offense and his decision making, and what you're referring to, those are decisions that are made the point guard has to make. Recognizing where shooters are on the floor. I thought Colin did another good job as far as mixing up penetration, whether to finish or get into the paint and make the kick out. I thought he was really good at that tonight. This was as a complete game as I've witnessed with him. I thought defensively he did a really good job. He was in the right spots a lot tonight. So he played a terrific all around game.
How about Ante? This looks like he did it pretty well, holding his own against a former All-Star.
Yeah, center. Big Z did a good job. I mean, Gasol is not an easy guard. He is a former All-Star. He's a big man that's that can stretch it out to the three. In the post, he's clever and he can shoot it with either hand. He can pass with either hand. But I thought Big Z did a really good job as far as holding his own and really making it tough for him.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. LD, Toronto is the team that Colin debuted against way back in October, and it was a rough night for him there, obviously in a raucous environment. And he said after the game tonight that things are starting to slow down for him. When those things happen, where do you notice it the most?
Mostly in his decision making. To where things that decisions that he's made in the past, where he can get into that same situation. Now he's aware, and he makes the right decision out of a certain play. And tonight I thought he did that. As I mentioned earlier, I thought he got into the paint a lot, and he made the right decisions as far as looking to finish versus when to kick it out. And I thought his decision making was on point tonight with that. And when it does slow down, when the game does start to slow down in his eyes, then now he not only does he recognize those situations, but he instinctively makes the right play. And that's where you hope that he eventually gets to where you see him in those situations time and time again, and now he's making the right decision time and time again. So tonight was as a complete game as I've seen him play, where he really did a really good job as far as breaking the defense down, getting into the interior of their defense, and making the right decisions of when to when to finish and versus when to make the kick out.
James Rapine, 92.3 The Fan. In that situation at the end of the third quarter, what do you prefer Chris to do, especially when Ibaka was clearly the aggressor?
Well, I don't condone fighting at all, but I think if somebody comes at you, I think you have the right to defend yourself. Like I said, I have to go back and take a look at the tape to see exactly what happened, but I don't believe there's a place in our game for fighting, but in the heat of the moment, I understand that things do happen. But if you get in a situation where clearly you're being attacked, I think your natural instinct are going to be to defend yourself. Again, I'm not sure what happened. I'll go back and take a look at it, and then I'll make a judgment on that.
You have a young team. How do you think they responded after that in that fourth quarter?
I thought they responded very well.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it actually I think it kind of juiced us up a little bit. I thought for the most part we did a good job in controlling the tempo of the game, the rhythm of the game, and we got into a situation where we were trading a lot of baskets in that third quarter. But I thought it kind of ignited us. I thought we got a little bit more aggressive. I thought we stayed in the attack mode. And I've seen those type of situations work against you as well. But I'm very happy that it did not work. It didn't work against us. I thought our guys responded very well.
Angel Gray, Fox Sports Ohio. Coach, we often talk about how Kevin Love has been tremendous on the offensive end, boards, scoring, passing ability, but defensively, where have you seen him give this team the biggest impact as far as 4 charges tonight? That's insane.
Yeah, Kevin is a guy that he completely gives his body up on any kind of dribble penetrations. He's not afraid of contact. He's not afraid to, he's not afraid of a collision. But what he's doing is he's really doing a really good job in showing our young guys what it takes to be winners. And he's making what he's doing. He's making winning plays. Not just on the offensive end where he may pop out for a three, or we may post him, or he may pick and pop off of a pick and roll. But it's the little things that he's doing, particularly on the defensive end. I'm watching his effort as far as just getting back. And he's really putting forth effort as far as sprinting out and really trying to get back and really trying to get matched. And as you mentioned, in any kind of dribble penetration, knowing that there could be a potential collision for a charge, he's giving his body up. So he's setting a great example for our young guys. And I don't think enough has been said about what he brings to the table on the defensive end.
Cedi Osman struggled a couple games coming into tonight, finished with 19. What have you seen in his game tonight that just kind of flowed for him?
Well, I thought he did a terrific job just allowing the game to come to him. I don't think he put himself in a situation where he was forcing things. He was being Cedi Osman tonight. He was looking for the spot up three. On the swing of the ball, he was looking guys closing him out, driving the ball by him. I thought he played a very solid game. Didn't try to do too much. Just played within himself. He allowed the game to come to him, and had a terrific game.